How are you doing, guys? SmartEntity here. Yes, I know it's been a long time since I've logged in, and yes, I know it's been a long time since I uploaded a video. But hey, we are back here now. Admittedly, this should have been done in a streaming format because it's not a tutorial like what I usually do. It's more like a catch-up, hang-out type of session. So I might blabber on here and there as I usually do. So just bear with me. Now I'm in a void relic hunting type mission. Ironically, in the void, which kind of contradicts what I would be saying in a bit, but that's alright. Now the last time I was playing Warframe quite heavily was when void keys were still a thing. So admittedly, I kind of literally just quit Warframe right after void keys got kind of obliterated, which is alright because now we have these void relics. Now this video is largely going to be talk about about some of the things that I found the changes to be great in, and some of the things I found the changes to be bad in. Now a bit of a spoiler alert, I have to say overall I am vastly disappointed with the direction that Warframe as a game have taken. Now obviously the biggest change for most people that matters is this void key. So void keys are no longer present, instead we got these void relics. Part of the change that is quite significant is obviously players are no longer forced to play this void map, which we are in ironically. Instead, they basically play maps that are randomly assigned from time to time, and they just have to bring their void relic and go from there. Okay, not sure what that message is about, but cool. Now part of the reason why developers are doing this, which I remember from a couple months ago, is that a lot of players are complaining how they're getting burnt out on these void maps. So instead of being forced to play on the void maps, they encourage players to play on different planet maps and allows players to still get those prime rewards from those maps. So that's good, no complaints from me. Another change which they have done is, if you want a prime reward when playing one of these maps, you have to bring a relic, right? So that kind of brings key sharing out of the window. Obviously, there are different tiers of relics, which, you could still be advantageous or disadvantageous in a certain map, depending, because you can choose rewards from other people with higher tier of relics, right? So you guys don't know that. I'm not going to talk too much about it. But the problem with that, and I know exactly why the devs did it, is because back in the days, if you are playing with a group of 3 people, so there's 4 of you, you share keys, you get 4 rewards. Right now, you will still use 4 relics, but you only get 1 reward. So that basically increases the value of the prime parts, and as a result, it increases, well, they think it increases the plat value of those parts, which we all know after a while, that's no longer the case. When the prime stuff first come out, it's worth a lot. After a while, it's just not worth that much. Now, I just lost my train of thought there a bit, but now, okay, so the other thing that I found with this particular change is that I personally don't actually like this, because I actually liked back in the days where, you play the void, it kind of feel like a prestige type of map that you play, and yeah, okay, you get a burnt out on it, but let's face it, the other maps aren't that much better, right? It's not like there's that much different type of gameplay. The map sizes are very similar, even between outdoor and indoor maps. There's very, little difference between each tile segment. They look a bit different, but I just don't feel to be that much justified. If you really want to make the game a lot more better, a lot more enjoyable, improve your graphics overall, right? Make a complete overhaul of the graphics. Now, I do have to admit, for a free-to-play game, Warframe definitely have one of the best graphics out there 2 years ago, right? Today, by today's standards, it's not bad, but in the past 2 years, there's been minimal change to the baseline graphics. Yes, there's been a couple of changes to the UI, the user interface, but as far as the baseline graphics, it looks very, very similar to what it was 2 years ago. Obviously, there's a reason why they don't invest time into graphics, because they don't get money for it, right? They get money when they put out new weapons, new Warframes, because people buy them. But when they put new graphics out, well, people aren't going to buy new graphics because it's free to play. So that's fine. I mean, I think that's enough ranting about the Void. So overall, as far as the Void goes, it's a change. Yes, I'm not saying I dislike it that much, but I'm just saying it really wasn't worth changing to it, right? The new map isn't great. Well, forcing you to play different maps isn't great, put it that way. Now, one of the changes that I really dislike is your new junction system. So, just literally a couple hours ago when I was reading about the new void relics and all that kind of stuff, so it's just a part of the process called refinement. So refinement obviously improves your relic, increasing your chance of getting more rarer prime parts. Now, as part of getting the refinement add-on for your ship, you need to complete, I think, the Earth to Mars junction. So the Mars junction located on Earth. Now, just going through the different junctions of different planets, I've noticed, I mean, for example, the Venus one, right? It says you have to kill the Jackal on Fossa. So, I've killed the Jackal on Fossa, honestly, I don't know. I would say more than 100 times. But as far as the game is concerned, I've not killed it at all, because I haven't done it since the update. And I just find that to be grossly humiliating, because it's not difficult, right? Any half-wit could do it. Even with, you know, crap gear, you can do it. But with maxed out gear, you know, it's not a challenge, it's not fun, it's just more grinding. And for a game that's already grinding, I just don't understand why they have to punish experienced players or players that have been playing the game with these medial tasks, right? Because the game is already so grindy. Other tasks that I saw is you have to rank a mod from rank 1 to rank 2 or higher. And again, the games, as far as the game is concerned, I haven't done that yet. And I found that to be, you know, humiliating as well, because I've ranked legendary mods from rank 0 to rank 10. So I just don't see why I have to complete these tasks again just for their junction. And we've seen this before, even with the previous star chart overhauls. There were star chart planets where you're just, you know, as far as the game is concerned, you haven't been playing it, right? And we see that again today. Oh, this is quite nice. Excellent. Yeah, okay, I haven't been playing, so I don't have Warframe Prime. Haha. So we'll just click jump out and just kind of go into what I'm saying. Oh yeah, obviously fusion cores are gone. Now we're using this Indo thing, which honestly I don't really care. It doesn't really make the game better. I guess it makes it less confusing for some people, but it doesn't. It's not a big deal. Leave game. Alright, so, I mean, yeah, so there's planets that I haven't finished. Honestly, I don't know if these planets were there before or not, but I just don't understand why I have to play these low-level planets. Like, previously, there were these dark sectors on Mercury. This one, apparently I haven't been playing that before, which I just finished, so I don't see why I have to play these low-level planets. I mean, 6 to 8. Like, what benefit is there, you know, for someone like me that's been playing this game for over a couple thousand hours to play maps like this, right? It's just unrewarding, it's pointless, it's more grinding. But more to the point, so just looking at the junction, don't click that by accident because you just get jump into a interesting place. So apparently I haven't defeated the Jackal on Fossa yet, and still was this other one. Look, I can't. Oh yeah, here we go. So upgrade any mod to rank 2 or higher through the fusion process. So okay, I mean it's not a big deal. I'm gonna upgrade mods sooner or later at some point, but I just found it to be just silly how the game does not consider you to have done that. I mean, I suppose when they write their codes, you know, everything get refreshed, restarted, but then it just frustrates me, that kind of thing. One other thing that I do have to say that's quite good was this new prime part farming is that you can just jump into a random mission, and unlike previously where if you're using your key, unless you invite people, no one's going to join you, whereas now you can just jump into random missions and everyone has a relic and everyone can just play together in, you know, public grouping. So that's one of the benefits, which I do have to admit is quite good. Okay, I really don't know what that's about, but good for him. Of all the people who could have messaged me. Now, so as someone who haven't been playing this game for about, you know, a couple months and just jumping in, obviously we have to have priorities, and I suppose this is the main tutorial part of this video. So as a returning player, what are the priorities? Well, I can tell you, you know, just looking at this game for the past hour or so, I've seen a few things. So before when I've done everything, I'll be playing things like the syndicate stuff, right? Getting your max reps. I wouldn't play every syndicate. I'll play the max ones for rep. So just looking at this, obviously they've actually changed that as well, which I just noticed. But anyway, I wouldn't even play syndicates right now because as far as true game value goes, so obviously my goals are 1, to increase my mastery rank, which means to farm those weapons, to level those weapons, 2, to get platinum. Getting platinum is always going to be a priority. And doing this stuff, you get a syndicate mod, which is worth nothing, right? 10 plat max. Now this stuff, sorties. Now previously I'll be playing sorties because one, you have a very minute, negligible chance of getting something good, and 2, you might get a few things that people want to buy, and lenses aren't the worst thing. But sorties, they take so long. Like on average, you get I mean, this is not bad, right? You don't have an interception or a defense or a survival, which takes extremely long. This probably takes maybe, being completely honest, probably takes 15 minutes to do, right? If you got something like an interception, a defense, or a survival, it's going to take you, even up to half an hour to complete. It's just not worth it, right? If you got nothing else to do, do it. But if you got other stuff to do, or plenty of things that you do not have, doing this stuff is just a waste of time. As far as my priorities goes, in the meantime, I'll definitely try to get the junction sorted. Now, I do mean what I said before. I'm not going to play Warframe religiously like I've done before. Maybe I'll play a couple hours, a few hours each week just to do the odd things here and there. But priorities-wise, I definitely recommend getting the junction sorted because, like, especially the Earth one that goes to Mars, that allows you to get the refinement for your relics. That's definitely a priority. Other things, just unlocking nodes, because the last thing you want to do is having a really good alert going on and you do not have the node unlocked. Yeah, okay, you can taxi. I've been playing Warframe for, over 2,000 hours. I've never had to taxi in my life. So other than that, yeah, just get your junction sorted and get these void fishes. So I think, especially if you don't have most of the recent prime stuff, getting the void fishes, getting those prime parts, either you want to sell it or create it yourself, is definitely worth your time. Alright guys, sorry this video isn't very structured. I just want to quickly jump in. I didn't want to play the game for 5 hours, know everything, and then do a video on it. It's just a sort of fresh look on Warframe after a couple months. Well, actually it's probably more than that even, to be honest. Overall, as far as pros and cons of the new updates, I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. Like, back in the days, the game, there's nothing wrong with the game. It was fine, right? All these things that they've changed, I kind of feel it's not horrible, but that manpower could really be put into just, overhauling the gameplay a bit. The core gameplay, which is still the same, is still not great. I mean, one example with Warframe is once you are maxed with everything, you're pretty much one-shotting everything, right? So the difficulty level goes to a point where you can't one-shot them, but when that point, they're actually one-shotting you. So when you go to your level, sort of, 100 to 150 level enemies, you can't one-shot them, and they're one-shotting you. Yes, there's still abilities that allow you to do crowd control, that kind of stuff, but that's the difficulty of it, right? But if you think about when you first join the game, the fun part of it is you can eat a few bullets, and the enemy can eat a few bullets. So there's a level of aiming, shooting, dodging, that kind of stuff. Whereas at this, once you reach a max level, the core gameplay becomes to one-shotting or not taking any shots via crowd control. And I kind of feel they should really rework that in the late stage, where you're still having some of that, you can eat a few bullets and they can eat a few bullets. There's still that aiming, dodging, shooting type gameplay even in the end game. So, that's my 2 cents. And thanks for watching. Again, apologies for having a very unstructured video, but it's more of a sort of first look after 2 to 3 months of gameplay. Alright guys, anything that you guys want to hint to me that want to point out, please do let me know, because at this stage I do have to admit a lot of things you probably know better than I would. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it won't be 3 months later. Cheers guys.